welcome back to the last show of Super's Corner, JP's Place, and this may be one of my last interviews, if not the last. And we have the very lovely Debbie Arders from the Drama Department, the director of the Drama Department. And Debbie has been, how many years have you been here?
17.
17 years, okay, and during that time, she's produced and directed and acted in many of the great productions here at the Black Box Theater. Is it still called the J. Todd Black Box Theater, or do you just got, I haven't heard J. Todd mentioned in the last couple of years.
Well, there's been no formal dedication, so we really just call it Black Box Theater for now.
Right, yeah. Okay, but I want to thank Debbie for being on many programs of Super's Corner, and were you ever on JP's Place? Maybe that was too soon.
Maybe.
Yeah. But
I think I was, actually.
Yeah?
That's when we were talking about Alice in Wonderland, when Scott was doing that movie.
Oh, okay, yes. Which kind of never came together,
Yeah.
but that was back in the 90s, I think.
Yeah,
late
98.
90s. Yeah, 98.
Yeah.
So, I've really enjoyed collaborating with you and the different projects.
John.
You've been in WHIT Radio. You've brought in some of your young actors and actresses and talked about your productions, and it's really been a pleasure. This school, I think, is special and unique because it celebrates creativity, and it celebrates all the things that are now trying to be crushed with this park and all this testing, and drama is very close to my heart. I majored in it in college. My master's degree is in college. But Debbie, you've also performed in theater in New York City and various things. You've run workshops and that sort of stuff. So production. Yeah.
Before I've done like an actor. I've had many hats.
Yes,
I've done publicity for Carnegie Hall. I've done, I have a lot of. I also founded my own production company and would bring out shows to work with schools, and also I've been on the road, and I had a varied career.
Yeah.
And I sort of look at my 20s, when I was in my 20s and early 30s, as the me decade.
Right. Well, you're trying to make your
career.
You're
and you're waking up in the morning and you
don't
know if you have a job by the end of the day, and it's very exciting.
Very exciting, but it's also very tenuous, and it's also very unsettling.
It can be. But then, like, my path was just sort of laid out before me as I just went from performing, singing, acting, then moving into directing, teaching, and producing. So I was lucky that way. I just stayed on the path, and then I was working at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts for over 10 years, teaching there and directing there. And when I started my production company, I was hiring people in New Jersey to be performers and run workshops for me. And there was a gal named Christine Campbell, and she was one of the storytelling artists. And she said, "Oh, you're a theater person. I know of this high school in New Jersey that's looking for a drama teacher." And then I sent my resume in, and Carol Brancato and Scott Killian called me in for an interview. So
I remember being introduced to you when you came in for your interview.
Okay.
I remember that. And then after your interview, Scott's going like this to me, and
I didn't know that.
He was very impressed.
And then that's sweet.
And then I think the rest is history. But I think courses like ours, we get to relate to the student a little differently, and then kind of on the, what do you call it, the person, the sage.
The whole picture.
Yeah, sage in front of the stage kind of thing with the lecture and everything. We get to discover the student more than just teaching them, and we get to know the full person, because that's how we have to draw out of them some sort of a performance. So you have to know who you're dealing with, on a more personal basis. What are some of the things that stand out to you teaching drama? What have you, any things that you really, are experiences that you really gonna remember
when
when you retire,
when I'm in my rocking chair,
when you're in your rocking chair, or in one of these senior resort areas, Slickerville, maybe.
I don't know. Probably. I mean, every year I think is more beautiful than the last, because I just love that we're getting kids who are really interested in the craft, and but the biggest thing that I care about is that the student, comes into who they are, and it goes out into the world with a stronger perception of their own character and their own center, so that when they go out into the world, they have confidence. They, they have articulatory skills. That was easy to say. No pun intended. And but I think just seeing them go from 9th to 12th grade has been really satisfying, to see the people that they become, and the people they're ready to go out into the world as. And so I think that's the most fun for me. But you're right about the piece about it's very specific, to who the kids are. Because the training, we start with the kid, the person, and then we build from there.
Right. So. Some of the growth from a freshman to a senior is amazing. I mean, a lot of the kids that we even see in broadcasting, they come in, they're shrinking violets, and you can't get 2 words out of them, and then by senior year you can't keep them quiet. They've just become so expressive and confident in themselves and comfortable with who they are, and they just broaden their interests, and maybe they come in here talking about sports, and by the junior or senior year they realize there's other things out there, current events, and they start politics, and they start broadening their shows out, and it really is very gratifying to see that,
And I just wanted to say that we haven't overlapped too much, the two of us, but it's been a delight to work with you. I've always loved seeing you at meetings and in the hallway. I don't know what.
I don't know. Somebody's trying to get into the studio. Or then they're not. See, at HCST we have a million different things going on at one
networking,
time.
Mrs. Pluchino.
They're working. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They're working. I don't know at what, but they're working. So. Yeah, same thing. Pleasure. We haven't overlapped that much.
But I wish you a lot of luck.
All
and
right, thank you.
I think that what the work you've been doing here is extraordinary, and everybody carries it with their heart when they walk out the door. So I just wish you a lot of love and peace and happiness and joy, and
thank you.
Know that you made a difference.
Well, thank you. I'm going to miss everybody here. It's kind of a bittersweet kind of thing when you retire. You're leaving a lot of the people that you close to, and you've done so much with. So it's tough. It's difficult, but it's time.
Yeah.
You get your time, and I'm grateful. To work in a school system like this, you're blessed. I really think so.
Absolutely. I mean, we have the best students, we have the best colleagues, we have the best administration. We have so much going on, and if I listen to other teachers in other districts, I I'm like, oh, wow, I'm lucky. I'm
Yeah.
really lucky.
Yeah.
But I know that every day, and the kids are the motivating force. They're so great.
We have a great bunch of kids, great administration,
Mm-hmm.
great colleagues and support staff. It's just been a real,
Mm-hmm.
real pleasure, and I'm grateful for it. You know,
Me
so.
too. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Debbie.
I'm grateful for you, John.
Thank you. I'm grateful for you, Debbie. Thank you so much
Okay.
for
Thanks for
being on my
everything.
last show, and best of luck in the future.
You too.
Yeah, thank you.